We have some breaking news coming in at this point. A massive earthquake has been reported from Nepal. The earthquake of 7 magnitude is what we're learning has jolted Nepal. The earthquake we're learning has originated in Tibet, near the border with Nepal. The epicenter believed to be somewhere near Gorakhneshwar in Nepal, which has then caused severe tremors in several parts of North India as well.
A 6.8 magnitude earthquake jolted Dingzhi County in Shikaze of Xizang Autonomous Region at 9:05 a.m. Tuesday, according to the China Earthquake Network Center.
Guys, that earthquake that I'm reporting about today has just sent out residents running on the street in panic. And where? In Nepal. They were running out of their homes. That's the capital, Kathmandu. The streets were filled with people woken up by the tremor. And guys, you have to understand, just in 2015, this region was hit by a 7.8 magnitude earthquake, and the damages were devastating. You see the pictures here in the background. So that earthquake ended roughly 9,000 people, and the damage to structures was over 1 million structures in Nepal in 2015. So that's why this is so significant. It's a populated area where the epicenter of this earthquake is. So what has happened? The Chinese news said 6.8, but the USGS has confirmed a 7.1 earthquake. It's a region basically in western China. It is near Nepal, and it's a mountain region where the epicenter was. Time, Tuesday morning, local time. The average altitude in this area where the epicenter hit is about 13,800 feet. That's roughly 4,200 meters. So this is like the Alps. It's very, very high. That is according to the Chinese broadcasters. The epicenter is roughly 240 miles. That's 380 kilometers from Lhasa. That is the capital of Tibet. But we have villages in the immediate range of that earthquake. I'll get to that in a second. It's terrible, guys, right? In a moment, you know, you're in your house, you're sleeping, or you're doing something, life is good, and then within seconds, everything changes, your whole life can change. And where I'm sitting right now is I'm sitting on the Cascadia Fault. I was just on the beach today. There's the warning signs, tsunami evacuation. There's the sign that says you are at the Cascadia Fault, and here are the evacuation routes. So it is present, right? The earthquakes can happen in so many places around the world, but this region has already been shaken so tragically in 2015, and that's why we're just waiting from the reports about the damages, but I'll give you a little bit more information. Hey guys, a massive 7.1 earthquake did just strike in Xizang. I hope I pronounced that right. That is in southern Tibet, close to the border with Nepal, and this is a significant seismic event. And guys, you won't believe where I am. I am having my coffee and I'm at Starbucks, and I said to them, guys, this is urgent. I need to get this out to my viewers. And they were playing music, and they were so kind to turn off the music because otherwise I'm getting copyright issues with this video. So this is just for you guys. Having my coffee, have a coffee with me. But let's get serious about this topic, because this is really not good what's happening there. And why do I say that there could be potentially huge damage? The USGS has issued a red alert for this earthquake. That indicates, when they put on the red alert, that always indicates a high likelihood of extensive damage or a high number of casualties. And here is why. And it's not only the 7.1, the aftershocks keep coming. And that's also, if there's some buildings that are already damaged by the first quake, then it's rattling in the 6 and 5 ranges. So further damage can be done, further homes can collapse, further damage to livelihoods and people. So the shallow depth is an indicator why there could be a lot of damage. Energy from the earthquake is released closer to the surface if an earthquake is at a shallow depth. So it's felt more intense, and of course it can damage structures and buildings more intensely. Also causes more widespread shaking, and it is very widespread people feel it in many areas. So we really expect severe structural damage, and probably the pictures will come in anytime soon, but this is so fresh. That's why I'm bringing this out to you immediately, guys. So an earthquake, 7.1 earthquakes of this size are capable of causing considerable destruction, especially if we're dealing with regions like this with vulnerable infrastructure. And we're just dealing with earthquakes in Ethiopia with the Dauphin and Fantala volcano. That could be a potential disaster in the making. There's going to be a lot of updates. Check out my end screens. And where is this earthquake coming from? Well, what about the tectonic setting? What is going on in this area? This area is part of the Himalayan seismic zone, basically where the Indian plate is subducting underneath the Eurasian plate, and that is always causing bad earthquakes if we have subduction zones. So this is a continuous pressure and movement that is going on, and that makes this region highly susceptible to these large earthquakes. And unfortunately, this earthquake and the aftershocks, they do affect highly densely populated areas and cities. And most of them are not really ready for seismic events like this, but their readiness varies from city to city. There's older, poorly constructed buildings that are partially at risk. And the aftershocks after such a significant event, there's a high probability that we will see even more aftershocks that can further damage already weakened structures. So while I'm speaking, immediate reports on damage and casualties is still coming in. The potential for a significant impact is definitely clear due to the earthquake's characteristics, but they themselves, they need to figure out what's happening there. So local and regional emergency services are on high alert, assessing the damage right now, and potentially, or pretty sure, managing rescue operations right now. So the problem is, if we look at the epicenter, in only a very small radius of 5 kilometers of this earthquake are already 7 villages that will be largely impacted. And we're just waiting for reports what has happened there for the first pictures and videos. So guys, if you look at that map, you can see where the epicenter is and basically where that is located, and the infrastructure around it, and everything that you see in gray, that shows you the population density. So I will keep you updated about this. Stay tuned. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you know when I'm releasing an update. And stay tuned about Ethiopia. We will have to see what's going on there. So check out the videos in the end screen. I see you very soon. Stay safe, guys.